Hello guys, so I am about to listen to Never Forever by Kate Bush. We have 11 tracks here, and I believe I only know Babushka and Army Dreamers. Oh, and Breathing. Okay, that's 3 tracks. Cool, alright. If you'd like to see the full-length version of this video, you can do so on my Patreon, which is linked below in the description and also in the comments. And with that, let's get into it. Babushka.
She wanted to test her husband. She knew exactly what to do. A pseudonym to fool him. She couldn't have made a worse move. She sent him scented letters, and he received them with a strange delight. Babushka, 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 yeah, yeah. Babushka, 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 yeah, yeah.
Wait a second. I've just confused myself again because I remember someone correcting me on my pronunciation of babushka or babushka, but I can't remember how I pronounced it incorrectly and my original reaction to it. So I'm going to try and say this word as little as possible moving on.
Capacity to give him all he needs, just like his wife before she freezed on him, just like his wife when she was beautiful. Babushka, 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 yeah,
I love that the drum breaks in that last section sounded like glass or porcelain shattering. Clever. Clever. You know, I've always said there's no better way to open an album than a really fun song about infidelity. I've actually never said that, but you know, that's how I feel in this moment, so do with that what you will. I don't expect you to do anything with that. Oh gosh. I just love that song so much. Instrumentation, 11 out of 10. Again, the chorus, it gets me. It really gets me. If you couldn't tell, that was a bit of a double entendre. I am a poet. Oh my gosh. Emily Dickinson, count your days. Well, she's already dead. Moving on. Next track is Delius? Delius? Something like that, I'm guessing. Oh, great transition. Oh, Delius. I'm trying to understand why I'm finding this so oddly satisfying and soothing. Because this is also pretty darn creepy. Sounding. Creepy sounding. I have no idea what's going on lyrically. Okay, so I just looked into the meaning of Delius because, again, I was extremely confused. So yeah, did a little search and I got some info. Now take what I'm about to read with a grain of salt because I am using ChatGPT for help because it's much easier to use with my setup than pulling up Genius. Please do let me know if anything's completely wrong. But it says, Delius, Song of Summer by Kate Bush is a tribute to the English composer Frederick Delius and is inspired by the 1968 Ken Russell film Song of Summer, which depicts the final years of Delius's life. Aha! The song is impressionistic and dreamlike, capturing the atmosphere of the composer's declining years in France, where he was blind and paralyzed, but continued to compose with the help of his amanuensis, Eric Fenby. Okay, well, that explains why I found it so oddly satisfying and very relaxing, and I've just learned who Frederick Delius is, so look at me, educating myself and practically cheating my way through Kate Bush 101 with the help of AI. Gosh, I'm kind of having too much fun with this right now. Alright, next up, Blow Away.
And where will it go? Surely not with his soul. Will all of his licks and his R&B blow away? Blow away. Blow away.
Okay, this track feels extremely R&B, which I'm guessing is intentional. Of course it is, it's Kate. Those harmonies are insane.
Dust to dust, low to low. Bullen and Mooney are heading the show.
Okay, went back to ChatGPT for a little unverified possible help. I say possible because, again, this information could be very wrong. You guys will have to let me know. But from what I can tell, it seems pretty on the money right now. And it says, Blow Away is a tribute to musicians who have passed away. The song was inspired by Bill Duffield, a lighting engineer who tragically died in an accident during her tour of life in 1979, which I know for a fact is very much true because I was actually informed by a few of you of the song's existence and the meaning behind it. It's just been so long, it completely slipped my mind, but it's all coming back to me now, as Celine Dion would say. Apparently, she also name-checked quite a few famous musicians who had also passed away. What I really enjoyed about that is, even though it's a tribute to someone she's lost, it's still very much a Kate track. If you couldn't tell by my first listen, I would have had no idea that song was meant to be somber. Well, not meant to be somber, about a very somber topic, I guess you could say. Something tragic. There we go. As I'd expect Kate to do, she's taken something very tragic and sad and Kate Bushified it into something magical. And next up, All We Ever Look For. Well, this is fun.
Just look at your father and you'll see how you took after him. Me, I'm just another like my brothers of my mother's gene.
Loving this percussion.
All they really want for you.
This is definitely the most whimsical track yet.
The wings that we're keeping for our parents would be waiting for. If the
Speaking of whimsical,
rest and the regrets you ever left. All we're really looking for is another open door. All we ever look for, another woman. All we ever look for.
why do I sort of feel like I'm at a Renaissance fair? I've never actually been to one, but wow. Kate just left the studio mid-song. Okay. Oh, she's back. All We Ever Look For to me felt very raw lyrically. Like, there wasn't much imagination going on, at least compared to the previous 3 tracks. And I say that because it's an extremely relatable song for many of us, I'm sure. Seems to me like Kate wrote that song about people who seek answers and fulfillment outside of themselves, as opposed to looking within. And usually those people end up feeling very empty inside. But once again, that had all the ingredients for a super sad song, but she made it sound so pretty and lighthearted. And apparently next up we are taking a trip to Egypt. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a lot of heavy production since Babushka. Ooh, that was beautiful. Is that a flute? Excusez-moi? Okay, I'm gonna press play. Alright. I swear, there's something particularly chilling about the harmonies on this album so far. They've never creeped me out as much before. It's cool, just spooky. I'm inclined to believe that this song is literal and that Kate genuinely loves Egypt, although she's describing it in such a dreamy way for most of the song. But then, towards the end, she says they've got me with that feline guise, got me in those desert eyes. That makes me think there's a bit more there, that it's not as romantic as it seems, although musically, it was incredibly romantic. Then again, we are just a few days away from Valentine's Day. Perhaps there's been a shift in the wind. And once again, I have no idea what I'm saying, so we're going to move on to the wedding list.
No, I'll never give her the hot top, and I won't make it up. Somehow this was it, I knew. Or maybe fate wants you dead too.
Oh.
We've come together in the very same room, and I'm coming for you. Do you think I'd ever let you get away with it, huh? He's swooned in a warm maroon. There's gas in your barrel, and I'm flooded with doom. I'll get him, and I will not miss.
The wedding list.
Hours I'm coming for you.
I think I'm getting it now.
Dear, I die with him again and again, and I feel good in my revenge.
Yep.
I'm gonna fill your head with lead. I'm coming
Oh,
for
well,
you. When it's all over, you roll over.
you know, I can't even be concerned, because as someone who's very intrigued by true crime, I just love that Kate's giving me a bit of my very wealthy husband tragically fell down the stairs. Not saying that's exactly what's going on here, but there are elements there. But I appreciate where she's going with this story. Just to clarify, I do not condone murder. Yeah, so that just happened. I went from having fun to being extremely concerned in probably less than 10 seconds. And again, I think that's only something Kate could do to me on a regular basis, and she very much takes advantage of that. I felt like that story was pretty darn easy to follow, and I guess I was just shocked by the twist at the end because I briefly forgot that Kate's not afraid to take things wherever she feels the need to take them, and that's one of the main things I love about her artistry. Alright guys, next up, violin.
Four strings across the bridge, ready to carry me over the queen.
By the way, remember when I said the production wasn't very intense for the first few songs? Seems like she's saved it for the latter half. Why not have banshees for background vocals? All I'm going to say about violin is I so strongly wish there was studio footage of her recording those vocals for obvious reasons. I don't know what the hell I just listened to, but it's what I needed to hear in this moment. Also, the self-awareness in the lyrics, you know, she's screaming in the background and she mentions banshees for background vocals, and also calling out the various instruments being featured in the song in the lyrics. Violin was a great way to unwind after a murder. So, yeah, next up, The Infant Kiss.
I say goodnight, night. I tuck him in tight, but things are not right. What is this infant kiss that sends my body tingling? I've never fallen for a little boy before. Let's go, let's go.
Well, we're back to haunting.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. I must stay and find a way to stop this war against too much. All my barriers are going. It's starting to show.
Okay, so I absolutely had to look into The Infant Kiss because lyrically that was so interesting, and I had no idea what the nature of the relationship she was singing about was. Because as gorgeous as that song was sonically, I was so lost lyrically, like so far gone deep into the 100-acre woods, Winnie the Pooh couldn't find me if I was drenched in honey. All right, let's see here. So the song is inspired by the 1961 film The Innocents, which is itself an adaptation of Henry James' novella The Turn of the Screw. The story revolves around a governess who believes the children in her care are possessed by the spirits of their former caretakers. Well, there's the haunting. The haunting feeling I got from it. In the song, the narrator, the governess, struggles with her unsettling feelings toward a young boy in her care whom she believes is possessed by the spirit of a grown man. Okay, yeah, that checks out, if that is indeed what inspired the song. I will just say what I have said many times before. Kate Bush can and will write a song about anything. And with that, next up we have Night Scented Shock. Another transition. I think I'm gonna let that go right into Army Dreamers. But wow, this is so haunting. But yeah, Night Scented Shock. That felt like That felt like a group of ghosts harmonizing.
Little Lammy boy is coming home from BFD. We've a bunch of paper flowers to decorate to Mammy's hero.
And again, I feel like I'm at a Renaissance fair.
What a waste, army dreamers. Ooh, what a waste of army dreamers. Ooh, what a waste of army
Another prime example of Kate making something tragic sound like a lullaby.
army dreamers. Army dreamers.
I've made it very clear how I feel about that song. So we're going straight into breathing, and I'll share my thoughts at the end.
Inside, ooh, through her skin. I've been out before, but this time it's much safer in. Last night, breathing,
Again, loving those doubled vocals from Kate.
breathing the thoughts in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in.
Goosebumps are back.
Breathing her nicotine. Breathing the fall out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out.
Okay. We have reached the end of the album, and as usual, I had a great time. And special thanks to ChatGPT. Really hope you didn't screw me over with some of your responses, but like I said, I am already taking everything it told me with a grain of salt, so no worries. I'm all ears if there's anything you guys think I should know or need to correct. Loved the journey that the production took me on. We started off with a bang, Babushka, and then things sort of mellowed out, but mellowed out in a Kate Bush way. And I definitely say The Wedding List was a turning point sonically, because after that, things really kicked in high gear as far as intensity goes. You know, the best way I could describe this album is if The Dreaming is a Kate Bush album that took LSD, Never Forever is a Kate Bush album that smokes a little weed on the weekends. I don't know what possessed me to just say that. I don't even do drugs, but that's where my mind went. My top 3 tracks would have to be The Wedding List, Violin, and Breathing, but I also really enjoyed those R&B vibes from Blow Away. It's also worth noting I took my time getting through these songs because I've actually stopped trying to get through entire albums in one sitting. I take breaks every 4 or 5 tracks, and that's been very helpful to me in terms of processing everything I'm hearing. The filming experience was great, the listening experience was great, but I'd of course love to know your thoughts on the album and your top 3 tracks. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!